Happy Tuesday night to everybody. I'm James J. This is the Midwest Motorsports GT4 series. Tonight we're at the 17-turn Sebring circuit down at Sebring, Florida. 3.75 miles. Cars are gridding up already. It's Jason Phillips on the pole. Congratulations, Jason. Josh Bloom on the front row with him. Michael Odell, Travis Rose share the second row. Brian Cox and Justin Thaler share the third row. Alex Kula, Jesse Coffey, Albert Williams, and CJ Barzak round out the top 10. Walker McNulty and Max Bauer. Welcome back, Max. Outside the top 10, it's going to be interesting to see him come through the field. Pole position on the AM side is Niles Kula. No stranger to running up front. Also Ty Williams. Your points leader, Ian Bakaitis, is in 13th. Here's 14th through 24th. Brian Sarton. We got a couple of new guys tonight. Zach Alexander. Christopher Hopper's made his way back. He found his sim rig again. We thought he got lost for a couple of minutes there, but he found it. I'm joined with Aaron Holroyd. What's up, Aaron? You got us?
Yeah, James, how are you doing tonight?
Man, I'm ready to go racing. It's been a week off, and it's time to go racing.
That's right. We're here at Sebring, a nice, fairly flat track with some creeping corners that are going to catch these guys off, especially with it being nighttime, so they're going to have to be extra cautious of their brake zones, as it is a bit different racing at nighttime compared to the day.
That's right. Full night. The whole race is going to be in the dark. So it's going to definitely test our camera operator, Adam Sondag. Thanks, Adam, for spending the evening with us, running the cameras, so me and Aaron can concentrate on calling the action on the track. Jason Phillips found his big-ass fans paint again. Josh Bloom on the front row showing his speed. See if he can keep it clean across the bumps of Sebring. Pretty flat. I see Mercedes, Aston Martin, Porsche for Travis Rowe. And then Brian Cox and your points leader in the McLaren. So looks like Mercedes on the front row, but other than that, not much.
Yeah, we got a big field tonight. I'm seeing 29 cars that are logged in. I'm not sure if that's the full run of everybody coming in yet. We'll see these guys getting lined up here shortly. Nice mix of cars. We got 3 BMWs now. So with Jesse Coffey being the leader of the BMW pack, yeah, Nicholas Calgary back there in 18th, and then newcomer Brian Sarton, maybe he's a couple of days back. I might have missed a week or two, but he's a third representative of the BMW crew. So nice to see the old Beamer getting representation here tonight. A nice long pace lap here. So these guys, we have 17 turns. Is that right?
Yeah, sorry about that. 17 turns, 3.7 miles. But right now, I'm ready to go racing. We've had a week off. It's time to go racing.
May I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5.
Let's go racing, man. I'm ready to see these GT4 cars on the track. Got a couple guys that may have either starting in the pit lane or aren't registering down at the bottom half of the track, but maybe it's waiting for SDK to step up. Making their way around a full lap for a pace lap. I think with all the nighttime, all the graphics up, there's a little bit of stutter, so apologies for that. I think that should straighten out. Maybe if we had fewer of the M&Ms on the track map. I don't know if we can only show a certain number of cars on the track or drop the track map. Maybe this it'll stop the lagging, but Jason
Yeah.
Phillips is gonna start it off. What do you think, Aaron? We're going
Yeah, it's good. Nice to see Jason Phillips up here. We got Jason or Josh Blum also running the second place start. So he's a fast contender here. I'm sure he'll be looking to mix up here with Jason Phillips and continue a good streak of finishes he had recently. Uh, as you guys can see, I mean, Sebring's a big track. There's a lot of static things in the background with cars and semis, so we might have a couple lagging issues here, but we'll keep the race going as long as we can. So we see the pace car coming in. James, take us away.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. Let's go green. Midwest Motorsports GT4 series from Sebring is underway. Jason Phillips takes it. Michael Odell on the inside of Josh Bloom for P2. Further back, Niles Kula, Brian Coxon side by side with, I think that's Justin Thaler in the Porsche. So can Michael Odell hold off Josh Bloom as Jason Phillips gets a little bit of a lead? And Travis Rowe, don't forget, in P4 right now, right behind Josh Bloom in the first Porsche. We got Mercedes, Aston, Mercedes, Porsche, McLaren. No car showing an advantage right now. It's all up to the drivers.
That's right. These guys have to be a little extra cautious out here tonight, as all the 4X are going to be reviewing the first lap, and with it being dark and a very long first lap, drivers are going to make sure they're extra cautious as to not hit anybody and take anybody out. As we got a little excursion going with Walker McNulty taking his Alpine-based BWT car off into the grass, the pink mobile, his little McLaren, looking good out there tonight. So, you know, he's himself a little 1X for going off track, but so far so good. Everybody's nice and clean for their first start of the race.
Coming right at you. Jason Phillips in the lead, working the back stretch, the second sector, finishing off. Now going into the third sector. Headed down through turn 10 right here, and then a long back straight. So this is coming up to one of the biggest passing zones, as there's turn 10. Sorry about that. Now he's on a long straight. In the full field, we have 30 cars tonight, 29. Luis Carmona still not registering on my SDK.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm seeing 20 on back, they're already a lap down, so I'm unsure if these guys got in their way or if they are not in world right now. I'm a little bit confused, but we'll see how they come out when they cross the finish line here and see where they register at.
Side by side for third. No, that's just Travis Rowe taking a look. Jason Phillips, this is what he sees in his sim rig. A clear track ahead. Nice smooth steering inputs as he goes over the curb. Puts the power down through the gears, headed towards the hairpin, turn 7. Little chicane on the exit, just to keep you sharp. Top 6 cars, all pros. Alex Kula and Ty Williams going for 7th and 8th. Max Bauer stays in 10th for now. Taylor Montague had an incident.
Yeah, I was about to say we just got word from the race director that this 16 of Taylor Montague, Mercedes Benz, is hitting the pits with a meatball. Not sure how that happened and what caused that issue. I did see a lot of people registering on the track though, so we do have 29 cars here. They're just taking a little bit of time for them to sync up with us.
Yeah, it looks like there's a big gap between, is that 5th maybe, and then 6th?
Yeah, 5th, 1 through 5 is kind of racing close together here, and then Justin Taylor is sitting at 6th place, 3 seconds behind 5th place, and he's got a gaggle of cars behind him as they all are within a second of each other. And that's going to be a kerfuffle coming up here the later parts of the race.
Travis Rowe and Josh Bloom headed into turn 1 to start lap number 3. I wonder if we can get that replay of Taylor Montague. If it shows up. If not, it's okay. He was number 16. Michael Odell turned the fastest lap that time, so he's going up. Currently in pit lane, Taylor Montague. The final turn. We'll come back to it. It's all right. Thanks, Adam. Travis Rowe getting some pressure now from Brian Coxon. The middle car, Travis Rowe.
Oh no, it looks like we're getting reports. Hopper had himself an excursion. He's also got a meatball. There's Walker McNulty behind Nicholas Calgrew. He's going to take another off-crash excursion. A bunch of cars actually get off there. Take the dirt rally cross section.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to see it. Especially at nighttime, I see one car do it. Everybody kind of thinks that's the line. And they just get caught up in the oopsies.
Here's Justin Thaler. Oh, he gets now into Niles Kula. Oh, that's rough. Points leader in the AMS. Justin waits for him, though. You got to respect that. Tough break for Niles Kula. He wasn't expecting that. It's cool of him to wait. Here's Ty Williams with Jesse Coffey right behind. Ty Williams bringing a different paint to the race tonight. All right, can Travis Rowe, we're back live now. Can Travis Rowe get around Josh Bloom? Josh Bloom was overtaken by Michael Odell in the first lap. And since then, Michael Odell has pulled away.
Yeah,
amazing how fast these guys.
Yeah, you got to feel for Kula there. Kula sitting 3rd place in points was ahead of his competition. And with that incident, dropped him all the way down to 17th. So he went from, first in amateurs, I believe he was sitting P6 or 7. Now he's dropped down to 17th. So that's put a big damper. And not only that, but his competitors that were in front of him in front of him in the points, are now in front of him on track where he had that gap on them. Oh, is something happened with Phillips?
Jason Phillips, maybe he's not counting, but you're right. He's dropping down the power. He was out front all by himself.
Okay, never mind. It popped up. That was a glitch. That kind of shocked me. I'm like, oh no. Jason Phillips did not.
Him to make mistakes, but
yeah, I mean, only being 125 points behind, that's the last thing he wants to do is get a lag out of game. But we're all good here. Phillips still maintains his lead over Michael Odell. They pulled about almost 2 seconds on Josh Blumps in 3rd.
Little wiggle. Oh, look at Jason Phillips using all of the entry into turn 10. It was definitely driver's left of the curbing. Surprised that's not an off track.
Yeah, my novice brain, I didn't know that for the longest time. And then after watching, doing some races here, I was watching some of the faster guys and with their lap times running, and I noticed they were going way outside there. So I believe that whole section out there is a good entry point. It does not get you an off track.
Wow.
Kind of makes you wonder why there's a line there at all.
Yeah, IMSA officials would not like it in the real world. And look at the run Travis Rowe gets on that straightaway coming out of Sunset Bend, the final corner.
Right. Yeah, I find it very helpful and very important that when you're in the practice sessions to find out exactly how far you could take each section of the car and where the off track is at. That way, you know for race time, if you need to push just a little bit more, you know where those tires are going to be and how much you can spare without getting those instant points. It can be beneficial later on in the race and maintain the nice normal line. But if you need to, you can see where you're allowed to drop a tire or two.
That's right. I think you get 16x before it's a drive-through.
Might be 15 if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 15 for a drive-through and then 30 for a DC.
Roger. Well, on the 16th X, you have to drive
Yes.
through. I don't know. We'll have to ask the experts. What's happening with Walker? He's getting pressure here from Nicholas Calguru. We know Calguru is not afraid to throw some elbows here. See if he can put pressure on Walker for P12. DJ Barjek is 2 seconds up the road, and right behind him, right behind Nicholas Calguru, BMW, is David Stark. But we're back up with Jesse Coffey and Max Bauer going side by side. Max Bauer using the entry we were just talking about. Now he's going to get a good exit, full draft. Got Ian Bacaitis right behind him. Max Bauer is going to pop out in Sunset Bend. Here he goes. Got a good run, maybe 1 mile an hour, 2 mile an hour. Now it's about the braking. Coffee gives him room. Nice job, Jesse. Now if he can do the crossover, Max Bauer's going to have the racing line into turn one. About the exit speed here. Ian Bacaitis and John Daniels are not far behind these guys. So this is a four-way battle for P7. John Daniels on the inside dives it in, slides up in front of Ian Bacaitis. Nice move, John.
John Daniels, a big mover in trucking now, 7 positions gained. That's a hefty start from him. He started back down at P16 and finally went at P9 now and putting pressure on Coffee. But he's also got Ian Bacaitis sitting there right with him and coming this next section. He's going to hold the inside line here, so we'll see if the cross-up comes. But going back to earlier, we did get confirmation that a 15X exactly will give you a drive through, and the 25 will DQ you. So these guys got to be extra careful with these sessions.
Ian Bacaitis takes the spot back. Oh, Walker McNulty spins it. Did he get some help? Who was that right behind him?
That's Calguru right there behind him. We'll see if he got extra help from the Beamer.
Throwing elbows.
Maybe, I don't think so. He was pretty far off of him.
If he got some help.
Oh.
Yeah, in the braking zone, that was not intentional. Not too rough, but look at the big difference. Calguru sends it in there. Yeah, full send. He's way off the racing line. If he didn't have the brake of the pink car in front of him, they simultaneous pirouettes for us and some more. Oh, David Stark going to lose us one spot.
No, that might be Glickner.
In the green, I think that's Andrew Willis.
No, the white Porsche. I think that's Glickner right there. Yeah. That's David Stark. New Balance. So we remember lawnmower dad.
The nighttime threw me off. Sorry about that. Thanks for clearing this up. So bummer for McNulty. That's racing. Oh, Brian Coxon side by side with Travis Rowe. And the McLaren takes the position. Let's see if Brian Coxon can get up to Josh Bloom now and charge ahead. Travis Rowe's probably just going to follow Brian Coxon now. They can both get past after spending about 5 laps trying to figure out how to get around Josh Bloom. Travis Rowe says, okay, Brian, you take a shot at it. I couldn't do it. But meanwhile, the leaders are getting away from us. So we got to go. Great racing here. Brian Coxon, your points leader. All right. Yeah, Brian Coxon. Currently fourth. This is exactly the way Jason Phillips wanted it to play out.
Yeah, Jason Phillips looking. He's only down 125 points, if I'm not mistaken here. That could give Phillips a big jump, if not an over jump. Get the 3 point difference. Let's see how that works out. 3 position difference.
We're both looking up the same thing at the same time. Point schedule, road series rules. All right, Jesse Coffey wants that position back from Max Bauer. They've caught up to Ty Williams. And Max Bauer now looking to get around Ty Williams. And he does. And now Jesse Coffey's going to go by. John Daniels wants to go by. See if he can make it happen. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. This is Midwest Motorsports GT4 Series.
Dangerous Gaggle cars here. We'll see how that works out. You got John Daniels getting squirrely back there, looking for any kind of gap he could fill.
Ty Williams and Jesse Coffey side by side. Max Bauer's up the road. John Daniels looking for a way to get by. Jesse Coffey takes the position back from Ty Williams. But Ty and John Daniels are going at it. And DJ Barzak is going to pick up the remaining scraps, if there is any.
We gotta give up to Daniels, man. He's stuck with his Beamer from this season, last season. He does drive it very well, and he's one of the better drivers out there. You'll see him week in and week out putting up a fight with the rest of these guys, and some of these guys are really fast people. And Jesse Coffey is able to hold his own. That BMW, it's one of the least popular cars on track, next to, I would say, the McLaren. But these guys who drive them with a purpose. That's just because they know how the car handles.
Totally agree.
Takes a special kind of person to drive a car that's not the most popular opinion, because it's a total beast, and once you get it down, it only goes good from there.
Especially in a fixed setup league.
Exactly. You can't. There's lots of tweaking you can't do. I mean, I'm finding out the difference now between a fixed and open series, and I love a certain car and certain track, but then when I put it in the open series and can tweak it my own, it's like driving a brand new track, a new car again.
Yeah. You fine tune it to your driving style, but at the same time, it's a lot of work. It rewards you for spending time behind your rig, and we're just having fun. We're not racing for thousands of dollars.
Wait, we're not?
Not even $1.
Oh, wait, you don't get paid?
You get a pat on the back.
Oh,
You get a special trophy on your name in the Discord channel.
That's right, yeah, you become part of the Ambassadors Club. Speaking of Ambassadors Club, you want to welcome in some of our new members there, James?
Yeah, absolutely. How about that? Jason Phillips and Francis Faustino. And I don't see Francis in the lineup tonight. But yeah, how about that? Midwest Motorsports Ambassadors Club. 2 Road Series drivers and 2 Oval drivers are indicted just to represent the league well. We appreciate it. Show them some support. Justin Thaler now is in front of Andrew Willis. Looks like he got around Niles Kula after the earlier contact, but Niles Kula gained 1 spot. He's got a little work ahead of him, especially with a rear wing. I think his car's probably got some damage.
Yeah, so coming back to the point standings, points on track right now, with the difference between Phillips and Coxon, Phillips would gain 100 points on Coxon, leaving him 25 points out, but that has nothing to do with the fastest lap, nor does it have to do with no incident points and other things. So that's just straight up points for positions. Jason Phillips will be making up 100 points just on positions alone.
Yes, and there's 2 races left after this one.
Yeah, it's going to get down to the nitty-gritty here. We've got a great series coming here to a wrap. These guys have been racing week in and week out, having a good time. We have no more off weeks for these guys, so they had 3 more weeks left here to finalize this series and move on to the next season coming up here. I would say July-ish, maybe August.
Walker and Calguru going at it again. Calguru in the BMW was in front. And he lifted and let Walker go back by. They're just returning the favor, I guess, saying, my bad about earlier, but I'm still faster than you.
Yeah. Next week we go to the Italian circuit, go down to Monza, the Autodrome, and then final season finale wrap up at the Chicago Street Course, which is a very narrow street course and lots of hard walls. So these guys are gonna have to figure out how to tighten it back up here. Racing in this nice open area here, they have a nice big wide track in Monza. They have a little narrow course that's barely wide enough to fit 2 cars for the season finale.
Three-way battle continues. John Daniels and Ty Williams have changed places twice in this lap, just in the first half of the lap. They go again, side by side, down towards the hairpin now. Oh, yep. Big bend. Ty Williams has to give it up. What happened to John Daniels? Did he disappear? He blinking? Maybe. All good. Josh Bloom under pressure. Here they go, side by side with John Daniels. Oh no, he spins out, putting the power down. That's the Porsche, even with traction control. Oh, he did a good job to stay off of Ty Williams here. Great cameras. Thanks, Adam. So John gives it. Ty Williams gives him space. And here they go. Do they touch? Even if they do, oh, it's door to door. But just enough to send the Porsche. That tells you what a knife edge John Daniels was on. DJ Barzak, have fun paint going by. The first time I caught that. Up front, it's all Jason Phillips and Michael Odell. I wonder if Michael Odell's being coy. Just following for now. What do you think, Aaron?
I think that we're missing Brian Coxon just put the pass on Josh Blum now, so he's going to be putting it up to 3. So I think Phillips might be playing the nice long game here and taking his time to, just hold a consistent pace as we see here down the backstretch. Ooh, little sweep up move. You thought Josh Blum thought Coxon was going to overcook it, and Coxon did a little brake check there and stole the line away. These 2 guys racing hard on track. Very good competitors race each other and race hard week in and week out, and they're going to be racing with myself and a couple other guys. We have a nice Thursday thing we're starting up with, different series to represent Midwest Motorsports. So these guys, while they're battling on track here, rivals, we're battling as teammates soon enough.
So Brian Coxon has done what Travis Rowe could not do, and that's get around Josh Bloom as we're coming up on 22 minutes down. So the pit window is open. You can go about 40 minutes on a tank. The pit window's open. Who's going to pit first? If I'm up front, I'm staying out until the tank is empty. Use every drop that I can. But we'll see. Somebody being held up deeper in the field in traffic. Now Travis Rowe wants to find out how to get around Josh Bloom. We're focused on Josh Bloom now in the white Mercedes. Travis Rowe behind him, watching Brian Coxon get smaller as he pulls away. Here's the Porsche, Travis Rowe. Can he get a good run on the exit here? Ooh, he's got it. Maybe a mile an hour. In the slipstream, trying to suck up as fast as he can. Pops out into turn 10. I'm 17. Sunset Bend completes the pass. He's probably on the outside. Be careful. Josh Bloom is there. Now he's got the racing line. I don't see him in the mirror. Who's got better brakes into turn one? Josh Bloom is not there. Travis Rowe almost clear. Should be clear. There he goes. Completes the pass. Nice job, Travis. But Josh Bloom hanging in there after a bad couple of races. We know Josh is fast, really fast. Up front, it's all Jason Phillips, Michael Odell, less than a half a second still. 35 minutes to go. Travis Rowe with the fastest lap of a 210.06. Michael Odell being very patient, just following for now. These guys have got almost a 3.5 second lead over Brian Coxon. So they're trying to build that up and then go racing in the closing laps. Maybe even the pit cycle might see a switch in the front. Like David Stark and Justin Thaler are still going at it. Justin Thaler back up to 12th after a spin earlier. David Stark right on his bumper. Justin Thaler in the number 2 Porsche. Porsche versus Porsche. Justin Glickner just up ahead. Three-way Porsche fight for 10th, 11th, and 12th. Ooh, David Stark goes a little wide. That's not going to help him. Down the long front stretch. Into turn one they go. Uh-oh, Justin Thaler blinking at Justin Glickner, taking advantage of the nighttime racing. Don't get to do that very often. The race admin, Midwest Motorsports directors have done a great job of coming up with the schedule and the calendar. Been a lot of fun this season. Monza and the street circuit of Chicago are coming up. Both with their own personalities. Every track has its own personality. Been a lot of fun watching the season. As CJ Barzak now coming up on Ty Williams, the battle for position, but not for class. Ty Williams in the 22 leading that by a distance. Keith Hurlbut's in the pit. DJ Barzak. Still hard to tell at night, but on the white side of his car, got the have fun and rainbow colors. I think he also has it on the interior cockpit view. Got just a reminder to himself to have fun and enjoy the racing. Can't see it. I think it's on the visor, the wind. Yeah, you can't see it. We'll look for it when in a daylight, but DJ Barjack, just a little reminder to himself to have fun. Some guys choose to put a track map up there, and some other guys maybe break bias settings. For certain turns, track reminders, PJ puts a reminder for himself to have fun. Justin Glickner and Justin Thaler now. Closest battle on the track. One of them. Porsche versus Porsche. These guys are friends off the racetrack, but on the racetrack, mortal enemies. Justin Glickner in front, Justin Thaler with the yellow wheels. Closes in the braking zone of the hairpin. Coming back out now. Through the flat out little S's. Headed towards turn 10. Riding with Justin Glickner, right behind Justin Thaler, trying to figure out a way around. Glickner with a good section there as they come onto the long back stretch. Headed towards Sunset Bend. The sun has already set tonight on these GT4 drivers. The whole race has been nighttime. No pit stops yet. Past the 30-minute mark. Justin Thaler closing in into turn 1. Glickner had a little trouble on the exit of 17 and allowed Justin Thaler to get some of his track position back. Now through the infield we go. David Stark still right with him. Justin Thaler looking inside and putting on the pressure. Surprised he's not flashing his lights a little more. One thing he promised he was going to do since you don't have that many night races. But you don't want to be that guy either. Justin doesn't want to be that guy. Maybe some people do. But when it comes time, Justin Thaler can be that guy, as he shows us right now, blinking at him, trying to distract Justin Glickner. We go into turn 10, through a couple of twisties to turn 13. Good little run down here towards 15. Flat out. Got cars pulling over. Thank you very much. All right, pit cycles are happening right now. Brian Thornton, Andrew Miller, Dan Gish, Justin Stroop. These guys are all pitting, as well as our leaders. Jason Phillips now comes in. Michael Odell, Brian Cox, and Josh Bloom. Top 5 are in. Jesse Coffey stays out. He's going to cycle through to the lead. All right, let's see what Jesse can do. Got to go now. Aaron, you came back just in time. Pit cycles are happening right now. The critical moment in the race. Everybody seems to have pitted. The top 5, anyway, pitted on the same lap. 6th place was Jesse Coffey. Let's see. It's a race on the exit of pit lane. Jason Phillips, Michael Odell, and Brian Coxon.
That's right. That's right. I came in at the right time to see all the cars pitting, making the changes. Jesse Coffey going to go ahead and get his lead a lap.
Yes.
Bonus. Which is going to give him an extra bonus at 50 points. So good on Jesse for out there. Staying out there one more extra lap. I believe he should be able to pit in this one and maybe get away with it, if I'm not mistaken. Might have to go one more extra lap depending on the moment he got the lead. But yeah, Jason Phillips, Michael Dale, Brian Cox, and Josh Bell, Max Bauer, CJ Barzak, Albert Williams, and Justin Taylor, and the Justin party, Taylor and Glucker coming in back in. So these guys are making their pit cycles on. We have 3 cars, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars have yet to pit. With your leader, Jesse Coffey, David Stark, Andrew Willis. Then you have Ian Bacchus back in 11th place, and Walker McNulty back there in 15th. These guys still yet to pit, so we'll see a couple more shuffles here on the board once that comes in. But yeah, we'll get to see some of these guys fresh set of tires. Now they're here laying it all out. I wonder if they even changed tires or how much fuel they took. I know a lot of these guys like to mess with their fuel ticker and take the absolute minimum that they absolutely need to take to make it all the way. And some people, such as myself, just let it fill up. And then you have way too much fuel to spare and you're too heavy towards the end of the race. And everybody starts pulling away from you.
So the race for the lead is going to continue. These 3 leaders. Here's Jesse Coffey. For his cycles, we'll see where he cycles through. David Stark also stayed out. And now it's up to Andrew Willis, who comes in. We'll be all back on track. See where Jesse Coffey comes out. Should be able to stop maybe 1 second less. I think it's going to take more than that. Take the lead, but we have a 3-way battle for the lead for 23 minutes. Jason Phillips just cool as a cucumber, cranking out laps. Just over a half a second now. Out of the slipstream, out of DRS range. Jason Phillips takes a wide entry, as he always does, as everybody is. Gaining those couple extra RPM. Try and pull away from Michael Odell. Distance, the gap stays exactly the same.
You said DRS range?
Yes, sir. So, not quite in the slipstream, but almost. Still hanging in there. 0.5 as they cross the line. Here's Ty Williams and David Stark. Side by side now into Sunset Bend. Lots of bumps going through here. As you can see, the 22 bouncing up and down on the inside. Stark bouncing up and down on the exit. Testing the shock dampers out. Ty Williams holds the spot for now. CJ Barzak has passed him and gone up the road. So good on CJ for a good P7.
That was cool though. Making himself back up the position. He's back up to P12 now, sitting behind Justin Taylor, who they had their problem with earlier in the, I believe it was the 2nd or 3rd lap of the race. So now he's making a strong comeback, sitting 2nd place overall in the amateurs now. We'll see him put on the charge here and try to get into the top 10 here with John Daniels just in front of him and Thaler.
Justin Thaler was racing with Justin Glickner. They came out of the pits almost together. And then now Glickner is down 21st. As Thaler is caught up to John Daniels now. No. Other way around. Niles Kula and Justin Thaler found themselves together on track again. This time, roles reversed. This time, Niles Kula does have his rear spoiler, his rear wing. There's Glickner all the way down in 21st. Was fighting for 11th and 12th.
Yeah, interesting to see what happened there. I'm not sure if he probably had a little self-induced spin after the coming out of the pits, maybe. But now we got Daniels here holding down the final place in P10 with Justin Thaler hot on his tail. Battle of the Porsches here with Niles Kula slowly catching on. And the more that he sees the Justin battle with Daniels here, the more it's going to allow him to close up on these guys and maybe make it a twofer.
What a battle. Porsche versus Porsche versus Porsche. All right, let's throw it back for Justin Glickner. But, well, maybe not. Justin Thaler. Oops, okay. Glickner, here's Glickner. He's in the middle. Oh, he gets crossed up with Justin Thaler, but Justin Thaler can't just disappear. I don't think he knew he was there on your right. Tough break for Justin Glickner, but he straightens it out, finds a gear, gets going again. Finds himself behind Walker McNulty now. There it was. He just wasn't clear. Turned right, and Justin Thaler was there. That's the end of that. Meanwhile, Justin Thaler's got around John Daniels now. And Niles Kula wants to get around John Daniels. John Daniels was showing speed earlier. Maybe he did not take tires in the pits. And this might be the difference. Oh, 28 seconds pit stop. So Daniels took the same tires everybody else did. Now Daniels wants the position back. He finds himself inside Justin Thaler for Sunset Bend. Now it's Kula, just like Aaron says, going to pick up the scraps. And let's see if Justin Thaler can hang on to it through turn one and get in front of Daniels. There he goes. And here's Kula in the brown Porsche behind, third in line. Going wide on entry, see if he can cross up. Through turn 5. Niles Kula dives on the inside of John Daniels. Tries to tuck in. Not the best passing zone. Into turn 10.
Don's got a good drive out of that turn. Gonna make the pass
Yeah.
happen on Daniels.
Daniels has lost 2 positions in 2 laps.
Oh, Ogden
Back up
setting
front.
it deep.
Brian Coxon from third. Lost a little ground, actually, but shows the move is possible and are breaking that McLaren. It's really aggressive.
Might have been a bit of a surprise for him. I mean, I think it kind of caught him off guard when they were breaking. He just might have had a slip of mind, but that or he's testing where he can send it, setting him up for a couple laps left here. You know, you got about 2:15 laps here. That's 7 laps to about 6-7 laps left to go in this race. So maybe he just sends him up for the future when you guys are battling. He can make a move and capitalize on both of them.
You throw a blanket over the top 3. I know we were giving points to Jason Phillips earlier compared to Brian Coxon, but maybe, don't take the hats to victory lane until the checkered flag flies. Michael Odell, I would not count him out. He's missed a couple of races, so he's not high up there in the points. But the ones he has done, actually, he's third in points. A little farther behind, but he started all 12. Sorry about that. 1 win, 4 podiums.
Yeah, I know he's getting pretty excited here. Summertime ramps up for Michael Dale as he does some kart racing, so he's going to be having those come around. So I'm sure he's eager to get this series wrapped up so he can focus on some real life racing and represent us out there in the karting world, and then come back here with the new season starts back up.
Good to see you, Rick Bundren. Here's CJ again. There's his Have Fun paint. And Max Bauer, P5, up 5 spots, qualified 10th, currently 5th. So Max Bauer's form is still on, at least his race form. Missed it a little bit in qualifying as he's catching up with Josh Bloom for 4th. But up front, don't forget Michael Odell was the winner of the Indy 500 feature we had on the last corner slipstream to the line. So Michael Odell totally okay with following. You only have to lead 1 lap, Michael Odell says. "12 minutes, 30 seconds to go." Michael Odell also has had the advantage of taking notes, but now he's falling under attack from Brian Coxon. Oh, don't count Brian Coxon out either. Anybody can win this race, these top 3. Side by side for the lead. Here it is. Beautiful pass. Michael Odell, new leader in the 56. Jason Phillips right there. Brian Coxon also there. I think Brian Coxon may have instigated this by coaching up with Michael Odell, but now Jason Phillips fights back in turn 1. He's going to have the racing line into turn 2 if he can keep it, but no, he doesn't want to lose second to Brian Coxon, but he might move Brian Coxon up to P2. Awesome fight for the lead. Michael Odell now. 9 is black flag. Is that number 4? Oh no, now it's Kula. Oh no, Jason Phillips is around your leader almost the whole race. We'll get another replay, I think. Here he is in 3rd. Oh no. Oh, he just spins himself out. Missed the braking zone just a little bit, or Brian Coxon was back in that corner up. So Jason Phillips decides to take himself out instead of taking Brian Coxon, goes through the grass, over the curbs, and really fighting hard not to take Brian Coxon out. You got to respect that. Oh, I hate it for Jason. We got a 2-car race for the lead now. It's Jason Phillips. Falls under pressure. Didn't pop out soon enough. Not sure what he was expecting of Brian Coxon. But Brian definitely stopped sooner. There it is, the move. Here's Niles Kula. Remember, Ian Justin Thaler on the front straight. That's going into turn 1. Again, Niles Kula and Justin Thaler get into it. Side by side, door to door. I don't know why people think they're clear of Justin Thaler. He's definitely, Justin may have opened up that entry to turn 1 just a little bit, and Niles Kula was there. That one's going to be a close call. We'll have to look at that one in the post-race conversation with the admins. Niles Kula can't disappear. As Justin just tried to open up the apex to turn 1, the entry to turn 1, and barely touched him. That's all it takes. You know, that knife's edge of control. Something tells me Justin Thaler's going to have a pit lane start next week. Maybe from the X's, or maybe a drive-through today. But either way, tough break for Jason Phillips. Did a really good job not colliding with Michael Odell or Brian Coxon there. Niles goes back on track. Again, further down than he wants to be. P19. So maybe the guys are a little bit rusty after 1 week off, coming towards the end of the season. Ian Bacaitis here now looking racy on Dan Gish with Niles Kalguru up ahead. But Ian Bacaitis, your AM points leader, trying to minimize his losses here as he gets inside Dan Gish. Glad Dan Gish is doing well today. Dan Gish is 57 years old from West Bend, Wisconsin. Dan Gish.
Looks like we had a 19 Keith Hurlbutt. He has called a night for a night to not remember, as he's going to go ahead and call it for the evening. We see Ian Bacaitis here rocking the Mission 22, pulling down 15th. He's got Nuggets Kalguru just in front of him, and he's got Dan Gish behind him. So these guys these amateurs looking for battling for the top two positions for P2 and 3. Dan Gish on the outside looking in, trying to get a podium here for the amateurs. You got Walker Magnotti coming out of the pits. Not sure if that's a scheduled pit stop or unscheduled. Maybe he had a little too many instant points. So Walker Magnotti is going to be giving up a couple positions here. As you see these amateurs come storming down the final straightaway. Or the front straightaway, Brian Coxon has since closed the gap up back to Michael O'Dell. These two looking to represent Midwest Motorsports here soon in the GT3 League. So these guys are battling on track now and going to get used to running with each other more often. A couple of us like to talk to each other and worry about setups and different things, but these guys on track, fix setups. McLaren versus Aston. Brian Coxon looking to get this thing wrapped up and maintain his point lead he has over the rest of the field. Coxon right now is clear of Jason Phillips by 125 points. They're looking to extend that lead now. Michael O'Dell in P3 in points in P1 on track, looking to do what he can to get back up into this fighting contention between the top two. They've put themselves about a couple 300-point gap between O'Dell and Phillips, so the more points he can gain now, the better it is. He's got 2 more races to go. Hopefully one of these guys gets a bad break and O'Dell can capitalize on them, but looking good on track. 4:16 left to go. I believe they're going to have possibly 3 more laps. It should come around here, still have time to get for 1 more, and then maybe the final lap. So we'll see what the timer gets down to. Yeah, amazingly enough, these guys, for the majority of the race, have been running 2-minute 10 lap times. Very little fall off. If anything, half a second from the beginning of this race to now. Their best lap, O'Dell was at 2:10, 2:47, and his last lap was a 2:10, 7:94. And about the same distance for Brian Coxon, 2:10.089 versus 2:10, 5:27. So these two guys have had very little fall off, still running a very similar pace as is the top 5 for the most part. And then after they kind of get a couple second fall off from the rest of the field, but P1 through 5 have for the majority of the race run very identical lap times. They just got so spread out between pit entries and little mistakes happening over the bottom upper part with Phillips getting his little mistake with the Coxon, so that put him back a big gap. It was a 3-horse race, and since turned it into 2 as they get around now is Kula back there. That's lapping up to P18 now. Brian Sarton's the last guy on the lead lap in front of these guys, so he's got about I believe he's got a little bit of time between these guys. If I'm not mistaken, he should be going through the first turn right now. Brian Coxon, 2:16. This should be this lap and 1 more. He's on the hunt now. Now it's about timing. When do you want to make your move? Because you got to make the move. You got to make it stick. Because Michael O'Dell, he sees a car in front of him, especially on the last lap. He's going to bring it in there and try to get this win home. Coxon has been on the hunt the majority of the race.
This lap,
real good. This lap and 1 more. That's right. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a white flag next time around. And Coxon is giving it everything he's got. Sends O'Dell a little wide there. Makes his McLaren look very big in those mirrors.
Long flat out section here. Just going to put pressure on. I don't think it's a passing zone.
It's going to make him think about the position of his car. You saw Coxon line up there on the outside, kind of had to keep O'Dell with the more shallow line, so he sacrificed entry point to block off the main line.
Brian's just filling up mirrors now, I think.
Yeah,
trying to be a nuisance, distracting.
That's right.
Can't run through them, can't run over them. But they can go side by side. great cameras just give us these action, what these guys are doing on the last lap. They've been going for 1 full hour. And this is how close they are. Take us down the long back stretch, Aaron.
That's right. You guys are going to come back here. This is most likely going to be the last lap. So if I'm Coxon, I'm seeing what this line does and where he can send it the next turn. Don't lose too much time here. Make it be known. Maybe don't show your card yet and make the move in the last turn. But Odell is quick to close off that low line and not let Coxon get the test run in there. So Coxon's going to go ahead and swing it out wide here and try to carry the momentum into turn 1. We should see Barney here in a second. We'll see if he's waving the white flag. There it was. I believe you saw the white flag. I might have saw it.
This is it. The final lap. Michael Odell and the Aston Martin leads Brian Coxon, your points leader. So this is points 1 and points 3. Going at it. Odell misses the apex. Going to give Brian Coxon a little better momentum through that section. Now we're headed through Big Bend towards the hairpin. This is a good passing zone. If the McLaren can stretch his leg. Decides to drop in the slipstream. Now pops out in the braking zone. Not sure. He wants to make sure he does not overlap the braking zones like Jason Phillips made the mistake earlier.
We might have one more lap here. Race control doesn't see the last lap flag pop up, so we might have one more lap. These guys are battling on track still. Waiting for confirmation. White flag for sure now.
Yep. So if this is the last lap for everybody else, it's definitely the last lap for these guys too.
There we go.
These are leaders. So Brian Coxon trying to figure out where to go. He's only got one more opportunity, maybe 2.
He's got one more. He's got one coming up here. If he can hold that outside line and take it on the inside of the long straight, we'll see what he does. He set him up last time.
Or force
Odell block it off.
Yeah, Odell has to drive defense. So if you force Odell to play defense, you get a bad run out of here. Nope. All right, this is it. Hammer down. Oh, we got a good run.
He did.
Side by side, final lap. GT4 Series, Midwest Motorsports. Michael Odell and Brian Coxon. Brian Coxon, not quite clear.
Oh,
now
he's got the
all
clearness.
The way clear. Braking zone. He leaves room for Michael Odell, who throws it in there deep over the bumps. But see it side by side for the line. Can he cross back over?
Comes.
Michael Odell going to have to play defense. Brian Coxon looking for a way around. He does not. Side by side, he's at the point. What a close finish.
Odell holds it off with that sweet inside line. Brian Coxon not able.
Although the time sheet says Brian Coxon, so we got to get a replay of that. Where is the line? I know the checkered stripe is 5 checkers wide. So where's the actual line?
Yeah, that's
Limp will show us. But
that's iffy. I'm not sure where the line's at because it looked like Odell had it.
Here we go. This is going to show us. I'm not sure where exactly the line is, but Tower says Brian Coxon with the win. So here it is. I mean,
yeah, it does look like Coxon. I'm sorry, it looks like Odell. I'm sorry.
It's got to be all the way Odell. So even if the Tower is wrong, forget SDK. That's going to be overridden. Our admins are smart enough to sort that out. That's Michael Odell. Not even close. I mean, it's pretty close.
It's close, but it's a substantial little difference there. So
what a race!
It might have been that quick deceleration that might have messed up SDK because we saw once the cross finish line, Odell let off and Coxon was still following it.
Oh man, that was fun! What a great, incredible race!
45 minutes. These guys ran for 45 minutes plus, and were able to put on that kind of show. Still, it was a great show tonight. I believe we do have the man in here himself, who's not shy of joining us here in broadcast section. Mike Odell, welcome back to the winners podium. Glad to see you make it out here. Tell us about that last lap with Brian Coxon.
Whoa, that was a lap. I was really worried about taking me or him out, especially because as you guys saw with the Aston rear, it floats way too much with the curbs, and I really really wanted to keep it clean with him, and I was like, I really also with that was like, with either Bathurst, how close it was there. This I would say was probably just way more competitive because neither of us could keep the cars under ourselves.
Through the bumps of turn 17, looks like that Aston Martin was able to repass Brian after you got him in the McLaren. So, I mean, it was great for Brian to not go two defense and cut off your racing line and left your room. But man, what a race. Thanks for the entertainment, Michael. Did you expect to go through the bumps so clean?
Honestly, no. The bumps on this car, it really did not like him. That's the thing is Jason. Honestly, I really feel bad for him because he had honestly another tenth or two more and on like in his pocket. It seemed like in every corner, and even if his car did start to shake a little, it always seemed like it had a lot better settling out of the corner. So trying to get a run on him out of the straightaways really was a pain. And then after seeing him and when he made the mistake, got by him and Brian. Him and Brian were battling, and then I just saw him lock up, and well, things apparently be thangin' because then they ended up spinning and got bumped off. But honestly, it was a great race, and I'm glad I was able to get good competition again today.
Incredible. Thank you, Michael, for putting on a great show for us. A lot of lead follow and respectful racing. Jason Phillips missed the braking zone and he went from first to third just like that. That's all it takes. But you guys are top three, definitely breaking away from the rest of the entire field. So congratulations on a great run. We'll look for you next week at Monza. What do you think we're going to see at Monza?
Honestly, I'm not sure what I'm going to see at Monza. I'm hoping that I get a really strong run, but also I'm going to be down on practice a lot because Thursday we're going to be leaving for our first kart race of the season at Mid Ohio. So that's going to be a season opener for us there. So I'm not going to be back till Monday night. So that's going to be a lot of making up lost time with practice, especially and getting used to the track. And also the curbs are not Sebring harsh, but they're still definitely a challenge in a car like this.
Great. We'll be watching, man. Good luck to you in Mid Ohio. A little jealous, man. Pictures or it didn't happen. All right.
Oh, trust me, I'll bring pictures, videos. I'll bring the whole 9 yards.
Looking forward to it. Congratulations on a great race tonight, Michael.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
And we also have the AM winner, Ty Williams. We'll get him in here and unmute him. And congratulations, Ty, on a great race, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
It's like you were battling back and forth with a couple of different drivers throughout both before the pit stop and after. But you're definitely the class of the field on the amateur side. So where do you find that balance between fighting for every position you can and earning the pros' respect? Because my guess is you're going to be a pro next season. But maximizing your points and minimizing your risk.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I had, the raw pace, especially with Max behind me. I somehow just, banked in a lap and he started behind me. And as soon as he got clear, I believe CJ, he was on me. And I was going to give him the inside on one corner, but he took the outside and then it just made me decide, all right, let me play a little defense and see if I can really hold these guys back a little bit. But it worked out good. I played a little bit of defense. I was trying to keep it clean for the most part and stay in the spot I was. The guys around me that I am racing in the AM standings, they got involved in incidents and stuff, and sometimes that's all you need is just to run a clean, smooth, and fast race.
That's right. Bakaitis with 20th position at the end. So he's definitely got a points disadvantage to you. That's going to tighten it up quite a bit.
Yeah,
Could even bring you guys back together.
Yeah, with my whole goal was, staying in front of Niles because I know me and Niles had both missed one race and that's what kind of put us behind. While Ian, he's been able to run every single race so far. So we kind of, not to play down on him, but like we needed, him to not have a very strong run. So in these last two races, it's gonna be pretty much a 3-horse race between me,
Yes.
Niles, and Ian.
Well, I can't wait to watch it, man. It's been a lot of fun watching. You definitely have pace. It's been a lot of fun seeing you out there racing, Ty, leaving room, very respectful, attacking when it's appropriate, man. It's just it's fun to see you do so well on the ovals and do so well over here on the roadside too. So very versatile driver, Ty. It's fun to watch you, man. What do you think we're gonna see at Monza next week?
Oh, I mean, I kind of feel good about Monza because it reminds me a lot of what Spa was, and Spa we ran pretty good, but I'm pretty sure the McLarens are going to be rapid, quick. So we'll put some practice in, see how the Mercedes feels along the chicanes and stuff, and hopefully we can come out on top and really compete for that one.
Yeah, I hope so too. Well, we'll be watching. Once again, congratulations on another great win, Ty.
Thank you.
All right, that's Ty Williams. And that's pretty much a wrap from Sebring. Aaron, if you're still with me, I hope.
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
All right, good. Thanks, man. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. What do you think? What'd you think of the racing, man?
It was good racing all out. We had a couple incidents with some people. Some people got caught out, but at the end of the day, we got a very strong finish. The last lap of people, and it was nice to see these guys racing it through the entire the race to finish it up here with Midwest Motorsports.
Another photo finish as Michael Odell and Brian Coxon take it across the line together. Michael Odell with the win on the pro side. Ty Williams, P7 overall and first on the AM side. For Aaron Mitchell, Adam Sondag, I'm sorry. Aaron, forgive me.
Aaron Holroyd.
Thank you. I just went blank again. Aaron Holroyd, Adam Sondag, Josh Watt. I'm James J. reminding you to stay in your lane. I'm going to take some memory meds. We'll see you next week for the Monza GT4 Series next Tuesday night.
Choo choo.